Some of our greatest life challenges put us into heavy emotion of fear or anger or despair. And our body, in an emotional reactivity, often is trying to problem solve. And so we think about what we're going to say or what we're going to do to fight back or to flee. Sometimes in fear we just freeze and we recoil, and maybe we don't want to get up. And so for me, as a nurse and as a therapist, talking with people about emotion, I listen to their emotional responses. But I also want to help them seek perhaps a way out. Maybe they journal to release some of their emotion. Maybe they've talked with their minister, their pastor, or a good friend, or a confidant, or a therapist or counselor, somebody that's trusted. And they're able to emote. They're able to kind of let go of those challenging or difficult things that they're dealing with, that they're trying to cope with. But in this next meditation, I think it's important to recognize that we can come out of emotion and into motion. On a bigger sense, the world sways, it moves. There's a rhythm, there's a balance. The wind blows the tree limbs. The ocean has waves, there's ripples in a pond. Every cell within us moves. Our eardrums vibrate, our eyelids flicker, our heart beats, our lungs expand. To be alive is to be moving. And so, and still water becomes a stagnant pond. And so when we're fraught with intense emotion, sometimes it's helpful to get moving, whether we've got a running program or a walking program, or maybe we've done a dance or Tai Chi or yoga, some type of movement meditation. But it's not always possible to drop everything and to go to a class somewhere. So in this meditation, we come out of the chair, we come off the mat, and we simply do perhaps what our mothers taught us, maybe so long ago that we forgot how to do it in a simple swaying meditation. So come to a standing position with your feet perhaps maybe 8 or 10 inches apart. Get grounded. Get your hands in a comfortable position. Sometimes when I practice this meditation, I sometimes hold my thumb against my 2 fingers, or sometimes I actually do a praying meditation, or sometimes I just hold my hands at my side. So whatever is comfortable for you. But one thing for sure, we're coming out of emotion and we're putting into motion our body. It's a way of releasing tension and coming to a bit of softness or tenderness or calm. A way to begin this is to just notice the feeling of your feet within your shoes, and that you're about 50% of your weight is in your left foot and 50% of your weight is in your right foot. Take yourself off of autopilot breathing. Maybe shake off any tension that's in your shoulders or your face or your neck, your lower back or your legs. And just like a mother sways a newborn baby, we begin to notice that we can shift our weight from the right side to the left and from the left to the right. And we can do that very slowly. To begin with, if you just raise the heel of your right foot ever so slowly, as you raise that right foot and leave your toes on the floor, you will shift approximately 80 or 90% of your weight on to the left foot. Take a slow, deep breath and breathe your body. And as you put your right heel back down to the floor, you come back to center. Come back to equanimity, the stability of your mind, equilibrium, which is the balance of the body. If I raise my left foot gently and slowly, I begin to shift that weight now into my right side of my body. Pause, notice the movement. Notice the movement to the right side. Now, I've exaggerated it a bit for this meditation at the beginning, but I think what's important, with your eyes open, that you begin to have a sensibility that as you shift from right to left, and left to right, that there's a flow, that there's an easiness, that there's a rhythm, that there's a balance. Maybe think of that seasoned grandmother, or that mother who touches that baby, who soothes that baby, who smells that baby, who sings to their infant. That mama's not soothing that baby just to calm the baby. They're calming themselves. And as they become calm, the baby becomes calm. And as the baby becomes calm, the mama becomes calm. And so there's a synergy, there's an energy of tenderness and slowness. Once you have your pattern a bit with the sway, you can actually bring into synchronicity your breathing with it. Maybe inhaling on the right and exhaling as you shift to the left. Inhaling and exhaling. Slowing of the movement calms my body down. It brings me out of that emotional pattern, and it grounds me in my body through motion. I can practice this sway. It's very portable. I'm waiting in a long line in a grocery store, and I'm frustrated. I'm at the back of church or synagogue or temple, and I'm restless from sitting. I'm in a doctor's office, and I'm waiting for the news. The good news, the uncertainty news. I'm on the phone, and I'm chatting with someone who's giving me information that's making me perhaps feel a strong emotion. And I can calmly begin to sway. I can notice my movement. I can feel my groundedness. When I end a swaying meditation, sometimes it's important to just recognize. Come to a bit of curiosity. Isn't that interesting? Perhaps the tension that I had in my neck or my shoulders, or perhaps the pain that I was feeling, the gut pain of whatever the emotion was or where it was landing in my body. And sometimes I can shake it off. And I can recognize that by movement, I've shifted it. I've shifted it. I haven't changed my life. I haven't changed outcomes. But perhaps my way of coping with it has become a little bit more gentle, a little bit more soothing.